When my vagina was 8 years old, it, along with all the rest of me, had to be washed clean by a religious baptism. Around that same time, without ever saying the word vagina, my vagina began getting lessons about what it should and shouldn't be doing. The virtuous veg woman. Oh, settle down. Today's lesson is on the importance of being a virtuous woman. Now, you're all still very young children, of course, but heaven knows, in these perilous times, it is of the utmost importance, girls, that even at the tender age of 8, you are able to protect your most cardinal virtue, your sexual purity. You see, girls, this lesson is about helping you understand your true worth, your value as a daughter of God. You see, your sexual purity is like a beautiful white handkerchief. And who's going to want it after someone's blown their fluids into it? Or like a piece of cake with a worm inside. Or like a strong, solid piece of wood. But once it's been nailed, it will always be marked. And if it's nailed over and over again, it becomes more and more useless. Or like a soft, warm towel that wraps itself around someone again and again, and eventually it's dirty and used. Or like a donut that's been licked. Who's going to want to eat that? My vagina was told all of the things that it was like. Hundreds of lessons on any given Sunday, each of them with a new comparison to me and my vagina. And then the other day, I heard the first object lesson I ever learned, blaring from my TV. I watched as a young woman who had been stolen from her home as a teenager, repeatedly raped and abused, told the world why she gave up trying to run away from her captor. Chewed gum. You see, once Brian David Mitchell had hurt a young Elizabeth Smart, all she could think of was the object lesson she learned in church. Her virtue was like bubblegum. Once it had been in someone's mouth and chewed, who would want it back? Chewed gum. And 2 decades later, my vagina is wiser. And my vagina is angrier because all of these object lessons forgot one thing. I am not an object. I am not tissue. I am not donuts. The virtue of my womanhood is that I choose whether I like my sex pure or dirty. what I chew, what I blow my nose on, and whether or not I do or do not want to lick donuts.